Good morning, yogis. Thank you for joining me in our Saturday morning live stream practice. In today's practice, I want to work with a mudra called the Maha Mudra. So Maha means great, and mudra means basically a posture or an expression in the body. We can have mudras with our hands, so perhaps you know this one is Gyan Mudra. This brings our tip of index finger to the tip of the thumb. We often come into this mudra in meditation. But the Maha Mudra is a whole body mudra. And in this one, we'll be extending one leg forward and with one leg bent and hinging forward from the hips. So I suggest that you have either a yoga strap or a belt with you. The important thing in this mudra is that the spine is straight. And we'll be working with the Agnisara with the Maha Mudra. This is considered the pinnacle of Hatha Yoga, the Maha Mudra. So we'll be working with some asana first to prepare us for it. We'll do the Maha Mudra, and then we'll come into our Shavasana after a few more releases. So let's begin with our breath, and we're going to introduce this Agnisara, or three locks, the Treta Bandha. I may have done this in one of my earlier videos, but we'll also introduce it here so you're aware of what it is. So sit up with the spine erect. Make sure that you're relaxed. Relax your body. Straighten the spine and extend the crown of your head gently toward the sky. So there's a slight lift that we're creating here. And we'll begin to breathe with a three-part breath, or pure breathing. Breathing in for 4 counts, and exhaling for 4 counts. You can close your eyes if you like. Three counts in, or 4 counts in, and 4 counts out. Find a rate that's comfortable for you, but at the same time a deep breath. Filling yourself up completely as you breathe in, and as you exhale, drawing your navel in towards your spine to push all the old air out of the body. The action of drawing the navel in toward the spine is actually one of the locks, Uddiyana Bandha, or the navel lock, that we'll be working with. And there's 3 altogether, which I'll introduce in a moment. So just take a moment to just bring your full attention to the flow of your breath. Moving it gently, yet deeply, and at the same time smoothly. Notice if you feel any trembling or anything that's unsmooth about your breath as you do this, and smooth it out. Notice if you feel any tension or gripping in your body, and just try to relax yourself, while at the same time maintaining that slight spinal lift, the extension of the crown of the head toward the sky. Now the first lock, or root lock, Mula Bandha, is in the groin. And so the way this works is, as we exhale, we're going to gently lift the groin up into the body. So there's a pulling up of the groin. Gently pull it up as you exhale, and release it as you breathe in. The second lock is, as we just described a moment ago, the navel lock. And so we'll be putting these both together, breathing in, and as we exhale, draw the groin up and draw the navel in firmly toward the spine, maybe a little bit more firmly than you were doing before. And notice how the lower pelvic area feels when you're doing this. These exercises are actually strengthening the pelvic floor, which is important for us, especially as we age and the pelvic floor seems to weaken and the organs, the vital organs, begin to drop down instead of being supported by that pelvic floor. That's two of the three locks. And the third one is the neck lock, Jalahadra Bandha. This is a simple one. All it involves is just tilting your chin down. So just like you, when you're saying yes, nodding yes, I should say. And it's the same movement. We're not moving the shoulders or the chest or the upper body, just simply the head moving up and down. But the lock then is to draw the chin down towards your chest, while at the same time extending the crown of the head toward the sky. And you'll feel kind of like a stretching sensation all around the neck and the upper body. So we'll add all three of these together, taking a deep breath in, exhaling, drawing the groin in, the navel in toward the spine firmly, and dropping the chin. And then breathing in and releasing this. Notice that as we do this, that there's a feeling kind of like a tugging or a lengthening of the entire spine, as if we're drawing energy up the spine. And this is basically what we're working with. Let's practice it one more time. Going back now to the balance breath, the 4-count breath. As you breathe in, I want you to imagine that the breath is moving down into your navel center. And at first, as you exhale, imagine that breath moves down from the navel center down to the base. The inhale corresponds to the prana vayu, a movement from the neck down to the navel center as you breathe in. And with the exhale, apana vayu, the movement from the navel center down to the base of the spine. This one is moving from the navel down, apana vayu. Now we'll do a subtle change with this. As we exhale and we draw the groin in gently, imagine instead of that movement that's moving down from the navel, the apana vayu moving down, that we're going to move it up. So we're going to reverse that direction on the exhale. And so work with this for a moment. Imagine that it's happening. Feel it within you. Moving down from the neck or the throat down to the navel center as we breathe in, and as we exhale, a gentle lift of the groin, and then a kind of moving up. Apana moving up into the navel, prana moving down, and these two then mixing together in the navel center. It's a subtle thing, but we work with it. See if you can establish that within yourself as we prepare to begin moving. And as we work through our practice, we'll continue, if we can, with this idea of, as we breathe in, the flow moving down into the navel center, and as we exhale, a kind of drawing up, moving into the navel center. Again, apana, prana, merging together to create an ignition of the fire element in the navel center. Let's begin to move now with the arms, straighten the spine, and as you draw the breath in, extend the arms up and stretch and lengthen. And as you exhale, lower the arms to your sides. And let's continue. Let's prepare to come into a lateral stretch, a side bend. Extend the arm up as you breathe in and gently bend to your right and then over to the other side. So here we're bending to the left and we'll continue. Notice if you feel a pleasurable and delightful release of any tension in your spine. And just move to the point. Don't over push yourself here. Just until it feels so nice and pleasurable. Feeling the release of any stiffness. Let's lower the left arm and extend the arms out. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to draw the navel in and tuck, closing the arms. And as you breathe in, we'll open the chest, drawing the arms back. And let's continue. Again, we should be feeling a pleasurable release of any stiffness in the spine. Let's take one more cycle. Lowering the arms, we'll prepare to twist now. Extend the arms up as you breathe in, and as you exhale, turn to your right, wrapping your arms around and looking over your shoulder. Then we'll go to the other side. Let's take one more cycle on each side. Extending the arms up, we'll lower them down to our thighs and just take a moment to notice how your spine feels. So perhaps we're experiencing a kind of awakening of the spine. The spine is alive. The spine is living. And it's said that a yogi is one who has light in their spine. From here, we'll come onto our hands and knees. So come onto your hands and knees, centering on your mat, with your knees under your hips and your hands or your palms underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, draw the navel in toward the spine, sitting back into your heels in child's pose. And then rise back up. Here we'll tuck the toes under, lifting the knees off the floor and moving into downward facing dog. Continue with this cycle, lowering onto the knees as you breathe in, exhaling, moving back into the heels in child's pose. Rising up and exhaling back into downward facing dog. As we move in this way, continue to imagine that drawing up of the groin as we draw the navel in toward the spine, and this idea of redirecting the flow of apana toward the navel center. Where we put our attention, we can move vital energy in the body. As we next come into downward facing dog, let's stay for a moment and begin to pedal your heels. Moving slowly, without any momentum. And if you can, continue working with that redirection of the apana vayu. Here in this inverted position, it should feel come to a stop and reach your bottom away to lengthen the spine. Continue to firmly draw your navel in towards your spine as you exhale. Let's step the right foot between the hands into our low lunge. And take a moment here in the low lunge. Notice in your body where you feel the release. As you breathe in, extend the crown of the head away from your body, at the same time drawing your shoulders away from your ears to feel length in the neck. Now pivot the left foot so the heel drops to the floor. And we'll take the right arm behind us, standing with the pelvis square with the wall that we're facing. Extend the left arm up as you draw the breath in, and we'll move into the pyramid shape. As you exhale, hinge at your right hip, extending the crown of the head away to lengthen the spine and folding into the pyramid shape as you exhale, drawing the navel in, straightening the spine and continuing up as we breathe in. As you move with the cycle, again, imagine drawing the direction of flow with your exhale from the groin up into the navel center. Adding a gentle root lock with that exhale. On the next cycle, we'll come up halfway and we'll stay in this half pyramid shape. Keep your eyes gazed on the floor directly underneath your eyes. And as you breathe in, extend the crown of the head away, lengthen the spine. Notice if you feel trembling as you stay here. Use your breath, smooth it out, and work to become still. Let's fold as we exhale. And rise up, extending both of the arms. Now, prepare to fold into the pyramid shape, and this time we remain here. Work with the redirection of the pranavayu, drawing the groin in gently. And we'll step back into downward facing dog. Now the left foot steps between the hands, coming into the low lunge once more. Remaining for a moment. Notice as we stay in the shape that slowly the shape releases, it feels more open. Maybe working to straighten the right leg by lifting the thigh away from the floor. Pivoting the right foot, we rise up again, and we'll prepare for the same cycle, moving in and out of the pyramid shape. This time the left arm is behind. Float the right arm up. Extend slowly with your exhale and fold into the shape. And straighten the spine and rise up. Feel a release in the backside of the body as we fold into the pyramid, Parsvottanasana. Feel the backside of the body lifting you back up, drawing you back up, strengthening the backside of the body. Move smoothly and slowly, aligning your movement with the 4-count breath that we began with. On this next cycle, we'll prepare again to stay halfway up. Be still. Fold as you exhale. And rise up. Extending both arms away, let's prepare to fold once more and remain in pyramid. Keep your attention on the sensations of your body. And let go with each exhale, letting any tension slowly drain away. Working with that redirection of apana, drawing the groin in gently as you exhale. Let's step back into our downward facing dog and stay for a moment. Come forward into your plank and hold just for a moment in the plank. Try lifting your right foot off the floor into a one-legged plank, just lifting the heel until it's the height of your hip at most. Lower the foot down, and let's try the other one. Lower the foot down, and let's try a one-armed plank, extending your right arm and holding for a moment. Let's try the other one. Now, for a challenge, see if you can lift your left leg and right arm and hold. A little bit more challenging. Once we finish there, let's see if we can do the other side. Let's lower the hand and the foot down and come down onto the mat. Point your toes, reach your legs back, and rise up onto your forearms. The elbows can be drawn underneath your shoulders. With the pelvis tucked under and held there, we immobilize the lower back, the lower spine. And as you breathe in, lift your chest and release it. And repeat. Feel as if you're pulling your elbows towards your hips as you lift the chest. Now, let's take the hands, reach them out a little further so that you can lift your elbows off the floor and repeat this motion. This time it feels like we're pulling the palms toward our hips. Lowering down, place your hands on either side of your chest. Again, tuck the pelvis under, reach the toes back, squeeze your legs together, and rise into cobra. Keep the chin slightly tucked so we're not lifting the chin. Working to expand the chest area, the heart center, in the cobra shape. On the next cycle, let's rise into the cobra and stay for a few breaths. Breathe deeply. Lowering down, come up onto your hands and knees, and we'll sit back into the child's pose. And release here. Let yourself relax. Work again with redirecting that flow of apana. Prana moving down from the throat to the navel center as you breathe in. Apana moving from the groin up into the navel center as you exhale. establish that sensation of the flow within you. Come up onto your hands and knees, tuck the toes under, press into downward facing dog. Step your right foot in between your hands into the low lunge. Then follow with your left foot. So here we're coming into a forward bend. Look down at your feet, make sure they're parallel with each other and slightly separated from each other. Bend your knees so you can feel your waist resting against your thighs. Use your fingertips to pull the crown of your head and direct it away from your body to lengthen the spine. And then let yourself, again, fold gently, squeezing your ankles toward each other. Work with that redirection of apana, drawing the groin gently in towards your navel center as you exhale. Prepare to come into the chair shape, bending the knees, rising into chair as you breathe in, and folding as you exhale. Repeating the cycle. Rise into the chair and remain. Firmly drawing the navel in toward the spine as you exhale. Gently drawing the groin in, directing the flow of apana into the navel center. Perhaps already you feel that this redirection of the flow is having a subtle effect in the navel center. Let's rise up. Lower your arms, standing in mountain with your arms at your sides. Interlink your fingers and turn your palms to face the front. As you breathe in, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, lower them down. Keep your pelvis tucked under so you're not arching your back. Working with the release in the shoulders. Once more. Very good. Lowering the arms down. Arms at your sides. Again, mountain Tadasana. Standing at the front of your mat, let's move into chair as you draw the breath in. As you exhale, fold and step back into down dog. We're going to come into a side plank now. Come forward into your plank first, and either with your legs together and straight, or you can decide to put your left knee on the floor so we can turn to the right and have the support of the knee. Turning to your right and extending the right arm up. Holding for a moment. Let's take the right arm and reach it forward and bend the side body. Keep your gaze toward the sky if you can. Extending the arm up and staying for a moment and deciding if you'd like to float the right leg off the floor to come into the shape of a star. Let's lower and come back into our down dog and stay for a moment. Coming forward into plank, prepare for the other side. You can put your right knee on the floor for support or have your legs together extended. Come into the side plank. Then extend the left arm away and bend your side body toward the sky. Staying for a moment here. Extend the arm up and decide if you'd like to float the left leg off the floor into the shape of a star. Let's come back into our down dog and stay. Moving into plank as you breathe in. Lower to your mat as you exhale. Rise into cobra as you breathe in. And press back into down dog with the exhale. Step your left foot between your hands into the low lunge. Then follow with the right foot. Coming again into a forward bend. Squeezing your ankles toward each other. Drawing the groin in gently as you exhale, drawing that sensation of flow into the navel center as you exhale. And as you inhale, the flow from the throat into the navel center. Extend your arms directly behind you and rise up halfway. Stay for a moment here. From here, we're going to come into a warrior three. See if you can take your right foot off the floor and extend it back. Internally rotate the right thigh so your toes are pointing down. And the arms can stay where they are, or you could try extending them away. Let's lower the foot down and rise up. Take a moment to adjust. Take your hands behind your thighs, slide them down the legs, and fold forward. Rise up halfway with the arms extended, and prepare for the warrior three. See if you can extend the left leg back. Perhaps the arms can extend forward. Let's lower the leg down and rise up in mountain. Again, take your hands behind your thighs, slide them down the legs, and fold forward. Stay for a moment here. As you breathe in, lift the chest into half bend, and exhale and fold. Rise into half bend. Exhale and fold. Rise into half bend, then continue all the way up. Lowering the arms, standing in mountain. From here, we'll step the legs apart into a straddle. The legs are wide apart. Spine is straight. Extend your arms out and bend your right knee. Turning to your right, bringing your left hand down towards your foot into a twist. Let's untwist as we come up, breathing in. And continue. As we move into the twist, again, imagine that redirection of apana with your exhale, drawing the groins gently in toward the body, redirecting the flow of apana into the navel center. One more cycle. Prepare for the other side, bending your left knee and moving into the twist on this side. Continue. Redirecting the flow of apana as you exhale into the shape. Rising up, we'll go back to the first side and prepare to stay. As you breathe in, turn your head and look down at your big toe. And as you exhale, turn your head to look up towards your thumb. Repeat it 2 more times. And once more. Remain with your gaze toward the sky and work with the navel center. As you exhale, draw the navel in and twist it toward the sky. So we've been adding this fuel to the fire center in the navel center with prana drawing down, apana
drawing up from the groin, merging in the navel center. And here we're beginning to churning it, mixing it together, drawing the navel in and twisting it toward the sky as we exhale. Let's rise up and lower your arms to your sides. You could think of the apana as the fuel or the logs of the fire, and the prana as the air. Fire needs fuel and air together in order to ignite. Let's extend the arms apart and turn to the other side and stay. As you breathe in, turn your head to look down at your big toe. Exhale, turning up to look at your thumb. And repeat this 2 more times. After the 3rd cycle, remain and begin churning again the navel center, drawing it in as you exhale and turning it toward the sky in the direction of your turn. Churning, prana and apana, mixing. Let's rise up, lower your arms to your sides. Take a moment to notice sensation. Let's very gently fold forward from here, sliding your hands down the back of your legs, coming forward into a straddle with a forward bend, drawing your shoulders away from your ears, and turning your head gently side to side like you're saying no, and releasing. As you remain here, you can remain with your hands on the floor for support, or you can choose to bring your arms behind you and interlink the fingers. Feel the outer edges of your feet pressing firmly into the floor, drawing the groin in as we've been practicing. Extend your arms directly behind you, rise up halfway, then continue up. Rising back up in the straddle shape, and then bringing the feet closer together, hip distance apart, standing once more in mountain. Noticing sensation. We'll go through now a sun salutation with the warrior 1. Standing at the front of your mat, extend the arms up as you draw the breath in. And as you exhale, slide the hands down your legs and fold forward. Rise into half forward bend and step back into down dog. Raise your right leg off the floor, breathing in. And as you exhale, draw the knee into your chest and step between your hands, coming into low lunge. Pivot your left foot, and with the right knee bent, rise up into warrior 1. Work, again, with the navel center, the groin, prana, apana. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can come forward and rest your waist against your thigh, and holding here for a moment, just lingering, then lowering the hands down and stepping back into down dog. Raise your left leg off the floor. Draw the knee into your chest and step between your hands. Pivoting the right foot, rise into Warrior One once more. Working the navel center, the groin. We can also add the slight tuck of the chin, working with all three bandhas. As you exhale, again, come forward and see if you can linger for a moment. Lower the hands down and step back into down dog. We'll prepare now for the Chaturanga Dandasana, the forelimb stick, moving into plank as you breathe in, or choose half plank, knees on the floor. As you exhale, move forward and bend your elbows. This is our forelimb stick. We're not coming down to the floor. As you breathe in, tuck the pelvis under, straighten the arms, lifting the chest into up dog, and exhale back into down dog. Repeat the cycle 2 more times if you can. Plank, forelimb stick, up dog, and down dog. Once more. Plank or half plank, forelimb stick, up dog, and down dog. We'll stay in down dog for a few breaths, or choose child's pose. Bringing your attention to the navel center, drawing it in with each exhale, drawing the groin in. Adding the neck lock as well if you wish. Very good. Let's prepare for Warrior Two. Step your right foot between your hands. Pivot the left heel. Extend your left arm forward and open into Warrior Two. Gazing toward beyond the fingers of your right hand, palms facing the sky. As you exhale, draw the navel in and twist it toward the back wall. Let's take the right arm and rest it against your thigh. See if you can scoot the left leg back a little further, bringing yourself deeper into this lunge. And take the left arm up and over into extended side angle. If you're deep enough into the lunge, you can bring your hand toward the floor next to your ankle. Let's bring the left arm behind again. This time straighten the right leg and extend the right arm up. Preparing for triangle, with the arms apart, reach away. Try to reach a little further. Here the right leg is more or less straight, but the knee is not locked. Lower your right arm and extend the left arm up. Turning your gaze toward the sky. Triangle. As you breathe in, extend the crown of the head away from the body, creating a spinal extension. And as you exhale, swing your arms over your head, lower the hands to the floor, and step back into down dog. Let's prepare for the other side. Step your left foot between your hands, pivot the right heel, open into Warrior Two. As before, with each exhale, draw the navel in and twist it toward the wall behind you. Gazing past the palm, past the fingertips, out into infinity. Let's take the left forearm and place it on the thigh. The right arm up and over. And perhaps if we're deep enough into the lunge, the hand coming toward the ankle or the floor. Bring your right arm to your side and straighten the left leg. Extend the left arm up. Now with the arms apart, palms facing the sky, begin to reach away. Keeping your chest and shoulders parallel with the wall that you're facing or the wall that's behind you. Reach away a little further. Then lower the left arm and extend the right arm up, turning your gaze toward the sky. Triangle. Lower the right arm, bend the left knee, rise into reverse warrior, extending the crown of the head away from the body. Swing the arms over the head, lowering the hands to the floor. Step back into your down dog. Come forward into plank or half plank and prepare for four-limb stick. Rise into up dog and press back into down dog. We'll stay for a few breaths. Working with the prana and apana as we've been doing, if you can. Drawing the groin gently in toward the spine as you exhale. Gaze between your hands and walk towards your hands as you draw the breath in, rising into the half bend. Exhale and fold. Rise into half bend. Exhale and fold. Rise into half bend. Fold and stay. Either remain as you are or wrap your index finger and middle finger around your big toes. Or possibly step on the palm of your hands. Rise into half bend. Exhale and fold. Rise into half bend. Exhale and fold. Rise into half bend. Fold and release the feet. Preparing to rise up, extending the arms up to the sky, lowering your arms to your sides, and standing in mountain. Notice how the body feels. Now, we practiced this exercise the other day, which I called frogs. Our feet are kind of at a 45-degree angle. We come down into a squat with the heels touching each other. Take a breath in as you lift your chest, and as you exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, and lower. Move slowly, firmly drawing your navel in towards your spine as you exhale. Once more. Stay for a moment here. Let's take the feet parallel. Place your hands on your thighs and help yourself rise up. Take a moment to adjust and stay. Now we'll bring the feet a little wider apart. With our forearms on our thighs, come into a squat and adjust where your feet are touching the floor so the squat feels comfortable. You can remain with the support of your forearms, or you can bring the hands to the floor. You can even choose to extend the arms forward and staying for a moment. Work with the prana and apana. And from here, we'll come onto our seat, and cross the legs. Take a moment in the easy pose to adjust. So we're ready to introduce our Maha Mudra now. And so, as I said before, it's a good idea to have a belt, a yoga strap if you have one. Karate belt is very similar. And what I'd like you to do is you'll extend the right leg forward. I'm going to turn so you can see me. The left knee is bent and we draw the foot into the inner thigh. Take your hands and pull the flesh of your bottom away and try to rock your tail back and rise up. We'll be moving in and out of the forward bend here before we come into our Maha Mudra. Extend the arms up as you breathe in, and as you exhale, imagine you're coming halfway and just lengthening the spine, and then gently folding. The hands come where they may. The important thing is that we want to feel our waist against our thigh. And so if you need to bend the knee a bit, it's fine. Then we'll rise back up. Let's repeat this a few times. Reaching away first, and then folding, and then rising up. Let's take one more cycle. Let's come up, and now we'll take the belt or the yoga strap and wrap it around the ball of your foot, and let's come forward. So I want you to be able to come forward enough so you can still hinge your tail toward the back wall and lengthen the spine. Here's where we're going to add the work with the navel center, the 3 locks. So as you breathe in, take a deep breath in, expand your navel out like a balloon. And as you exhale, draw it in, draw the groin in, the navel in and up, and tuck the chin. When you need to breathe in, release it and cycle your breath. And let's try it again. Take a breath in, exhale. Navel, groin, chin. Release it when you need to breathe. Don't wait for my cue. Let's try one more. And release it. We can take the band off, and we're going to fold forward gently and just staying. Keep the navel drawn in and breathe in between your shoulder blades and your upper back and your sides. Notice how you feel. Let yourself release. Let's rise up. Straighten your spine and take a moment here. And we'll begin to switch the legs. So it should be the left leg, but other leg from before. Again, take your hands, pull the flesh of your bottom away, exposing your sits bones, and rocking the hips forward so you can hinge at your hip. Let's extend the arms up. Exhale, come halfway, lengthen the spine, and fold gently, and rise up. And let's repeat. Coming up, we'll take our belt or strap again, taking it around the ball of the foot, hinging at your hip, keeping the chin tucked, and we'll add the navel, the root lock, and neck lock for the Maha Mudra. As you breathe in, expand your belly out like a balloon. Exhale, draw the navel in, groin up and up. Drop the chin. Feel the spine lengthen in the shape. as if you're drawing energy from the groin up the spine to the crown of the head. Cycle your breath when you need to breathe. And let's take another cycle. Breathing in, expanding the navel out. Exhale. Groin draws in, navel in and up, chin tucks. Draw the energy up. Release it. And one more cycle. Release it. And we'll take the belt off if you wish and fold forward. And stay. Keep the navel drawn in and breathe into the upper back and out the sides. Let's rise up. Bring your arms to your sides and sit up. Extend both of your legs out. Bring your hands slightly behind you and lift your bottom off the floor into a reverse plank and hold it for a moment. Lowering down. We're going to come into a twist now. Extend with the legs out. Bend your left knee and draw the heel in towards you. Cross the foot. And either leave the right leg straight or choose to bend your knee. Let's take the left arm behind and extend the right arm up as you draw the breath in, reaching up, stretching and lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, you can either place the hand outside your thigh or cross your elbow as you turn to look over your shoulder. Draw the navel in and twist it in the direction of your turn. Let's unwind and prepare for the other side. Legs extended. Bend the right knee and draw it in. Cross the leg. Leave the other one extended or bend the knee as you did before. Take the right arm behind you. Extend the left arm up. Stretch and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, either bring the hand outside the thigh or choose to cross your elbow as you turn to look over your shoulder, churning the navel center. Let's unwind, and we'll come onto our backs. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and draw your heels in towards your bottom. The feet are hip distance apart. As you draw the breath in, lift the bottom off the floor and swing the arms up and back behind you into bridge. Exhale and lower down, rolling down the spine. And let's repeat. On the next cycle, lift up into your bridge shape with your arms at your sides and externally rotate the arms, linking your fingers underneath you. Lift up into the bridge and stay. Breathe deep into the chest and expand the chest. Release the fingers and lower down. We're going to come into a shape called a supported shoulder stand, and there's a couple of choices that we have for it. The first choice is simply to slide your hands underneath your pelvis and extend your legs up. Now, this is one version of it, and it's nice. You can spread the toes wide and press the balls of your feet to the sky. The other choice is to take a block and put it underneath. You can have it either on the taller side or on the flatter side. And it's the same thing. Make sure it's stable and extend the legs up. Now here's another version. Opening the toes wide and pressing the balls of the feet toward the sky. The third version is to come into the bridge shape, but this time to slide your hands underneath your hips and do the same thing with the legs. So do what feels right for you. And stay here. We're not bringing the legs over the head here. They should be, if you're in the supported shoulder stand with your hands underneath you, the big toe should be just above your eyes. Press the balls of your feet toward the sky as if you're trying to push the sky away, or the ceiling if you're inside. We'll stay here for a short time. There should be no pressure on your neck. All the pressure should be on the back of your arms, your shoulders, and the neck should be completely free with no pressure on them. We're going to come out of this. So you can slide the block away, take your hands away, and we'll extend the legs out and take a moment to relax. Let's tuck the knees into the chest and begin to rock forward and back. And finally, rock up to a seated position and draw the thighs into your chest as you straighten the spine. From here, cross your legs and come onto your hands and knees. Sit back into your heels in child's pose. Then what I'd like you to do is bring your hands outside of your knees, palms on either side of your knees. Place the crown of the head on the floor and roll slightly forward so you can feel the crown, the top of your head, gently resting against the mat. And stay here. Let's sit back into child's pose once more, extending the arms forward. If your forehead happens to be touching the mat, reach your hands back towards your feet and let yourself relax in child's pose. We'll all extend our arms forward, come up onto your hands and knees, and press back into down dog. Come into plank, lower to your mat, and roll onto your back. Draw the right knee into your chest. Leave the left leg extended. Extend the right leg up with your heel flexed and your arms open to either side. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, gently bring it across. And as you inhale, slowly bring it back up. Exhale, across. Inhale, up. Exhale, across. Inhale, up. Take your hands behind your thigh. With the heel flexed, draw the leg in towards you. Keep the left leg straight, heel flexed as well, as if you're standing on your left foot. You might choose to slide your hands up towards your shin, or you could grab your belt and hook it around your ball of your foot as you stay. Keep the pelvis against the ground so you're not curling your tail off the floor. And just release your hamstrings. From here, if you have the belt, release it. Draw your knee into your chest and cross it to come into a twist, gazing in the opposite direction. drawing your navel in and twisting it toward the sky as you exhale. Let's come up and we'll switch sides. Straighten your right leg. Draw your left knee into your chest. Extend the leg up and open your arms out to the sides. As you exhale, bring it across. Inhale, up. Exhale, across. Inhale, up. Exhale, across. Inhale, up. Take your hands behind your thigh and flex the heel. Press the heel toward the sky. Then you can slide your hands up towards your shin, or you might grab your belt again and hold it for a moment. Let's bend the knee, draw it into the chest, and prepare to twist. Bringing your knee across, drawing the navel in, and twisting it toward the sky as you exhale. Let's come back up. Draw both knees into your chest and tuck. Release it, straighten your legs out, reach your arms over your head, and stretch. A few deep breaths, tucking your pelvis under and lengthening your spine. Wiggling around a little bit. And finally, arms at your sides. Make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. Relax yourself. Relax your eyes, your jaw, your tongue and your lips. Your temples, forehead. Bring your attention to your toes and let them relax as if they're floating in space. Feel the arches of your feet relaxing and your ankles. And feel that release traveling up your shins towards your knees. And moving up towards your hips. So the legs now, from the toes all the way to the hips, feel like they're floating in space. Relax your fingers as if they're floating. The palms of your hands, your thumbs, the wrists. And feel the release traveling up your forearms to your elbows. And up the upper arms to your shoulders. See if you need to readjust. Observe your navel rising as you breathe in and lowering as you exhale. Notice if you feel a pulsing sensation in the navel center. Move to the heart center. Feel yourself in your heart. Imagine your heart is like a rosebud, flower, and it's opening, gently, softly, opening. Beauty on the inside. Instead of being covered, open. Feel your heart opening. Bring your attention to your throat. Let it be soft. Feel it opening as well. As you cycle your breath, feel the sensation of the breath as it flows through the nostrils. And bring your attention to your eyebrows. And in the middle, just above them, in the eyebrow center, imagine there's another flower here opening. And finally, in the crown of your head, 1,000-petaled lotus flower opening. Let's begin to wiggle our fingers and toes, the legs and the arms. Wiggle around a little bit. And when you feel ready, roll onto your right side and help yourself sit up. Coming to the seated position that we started in. Straightening the spine and taking a moment to notice how you feel. The practice of asana, yoga asana, is to bring us to this space where we feel completely unhurried, relaxed. Any agitation reduced, perhaps diminished and gone. And we can bring our attention to our breath, pure breathing. Let yourself remain completely still for just a moment. No moving. The first step of meditation is just being still. Take a moment to listen to the sounds around you. And imagine that sounds are produced by movement, vibration, movement. And stillness quiets the sounds. Let yourself be still. Lower your chin. Let's open the eyes up. Thank you for practicing together with me today. I hope you found the class interesting, the idea of directing prana, apana, in the navel center, mixing it, working with the Maha Mudra. Have a very nice day. Please stay safe and stay well. Shanti Namaste. Peace, I bow to you.